Step right up, folks! Your dream come true! Give a wedgie just 25 cents!
Wedgie?
Hi, I'm Stupid Randy.
Over on the streets of Blackpool.
Grab just below the waistband. What kind of briefs are you wearing there, Dale?
Rolling along, Bill.
You grab that Jay said,
Just when I think I've seen it all, you dorks find a way to always prove me wrong. What's up, YouTube family? It's your lovely host, Octavius of the Wedgie Club. I hope that you all are having a great time today. As your lovely Wedgie historian, let me tell you, I've seen many things over the years. I have seen wedgies in real life, wedgies in sports, wedgies in media. I've even seen video games allow people to give people wedgies. This morning, I saw something very controversial. If you saw me on social media, which you should definitely follow me because I'm very hilarious. Up early in the morning, you know, it's one of those times. So I posted on Twitter trying to be funny, like, oh, I need to go on DeviantArt real quick and be a menace. And for those that don't know, DeviantArt is essentially another place where artists post a lot of their content, especially if they're like authors, illustrators. This was also one of the first places I started looking at wedgies before social media started to take off. So given that this is a creative space where anything can happen, I can tell you that I've pretty much seen it all. And so I'm scrolling through DeviantArt trying to see if like my favorite artists have posted lately. Bro, I kid you not, as soon as I check my watch list, the first thing that pops on my feed is our son and savior, Jesus Christ, hanging off of the cross in a hanging wedgie. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I was at a loss of words when I first saw this. I genuinely blinked twice to try to make sure I saw what I was seeing. Like Jesus hanging from the cross in a hanging wedgie? And tidy whities? I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know how to feel about this, y'all. And after reading a whole bunch of community comments both on DeviantArt and on Twitter, it seems like a lot of people are not feeling this either. Users describe saying, what is this? Some people even ask, who commissioned this? And most people that dislike this said that it's not right, this is a wrong way of depicting religion, and so on and so forth. And even if you're not religious, you can understand where they're coming from. Regardless of how you feel towards Christianity, what Jesus meant to the world was love. And this is coming from somebody who is a Satanist. He hung out with people that society looked down upon, like women of the night. Fun fact, having a fetish back in the day meant that you probably had a mental illness, which you probably got shock therapy for, or of course taken off this planet. So while it can be argued that technically you can draw Jesus or anybody to choose, the reality is that what Jesus meant to the world means so much more than the kind of content we want to make with him, right? Then on the other hand, you have some people saying that they did not have a problem with how this content was being produced. People even scream hip hip hooray, you know, he died for my sins, so I'm able to do this type of content and enjoy it. And in some ways I also understand this view. When it comes to the world of art, unfortunately, a lot of art can be created that can be low-key offensive or just downright crass. It's literally why it's called art. It is not meant to make the people who watch it, you know, feel better about themselves. It's about the artist producing what they feel in their soul. Given that Black Jacobo has literally stated out his own mouth that he is not a religious person, these views are reflected within the Wedgie Jesus photo. It's to him as art, and if anything, sometimes art gotta be a little blasphemous. For me, when it comes to art, I don't think it's really about what is right or wrong. I think it's more about what are we allowing as a community to happen right in front of our faces. There are a lot of people who are angry about the Jesus post, but had no problem with a bunch of kids that were being posted on a lot of these different artists on DeviantArt. People who are ready to call the church up that are still following super racist boy on Twitter as we speak. I'm not saying this is selective outrage, saying that we need to be as honest with ourselves about how we are just as complicit with why these artists feel comfortable posting some content that they do. It took a religious figure like Jesus Christ to be hanging in a hanging wedgie for us to be talking about boundaries in the community. Trust when I say I'm actively happy that people are voicing their concerns. As somebody stated on DeviantArt, this is probably the most controversial wedgie post that we have ever seen. But the reason this was allowed to happen was because of our lack of community boundaries. Personal level, yeah, everybody got their boundaries set down packed. No messy wedgies, no hanging wedgies, no public wedgies, etc., etc. But when it comes to community boundaries and what's going to keep everybody safe, it seems like the interest is only there when it affects us. Which brings me back to my conversation about true community. Take what's going on in America now. A bunch of people focus on what they thought wouldn't affect them. Look at us all affected. But this is not a political nor a religious conversation. This is about us actually being more of a community and not just speaking out on only certain injustices that we feel like affects us, but all injustices. If you are an adult and had a problem with him posting this photo of Jesus, you should have just as much of a problem with him posting them kids. This is bigger than Jesus. This is about our community. But thank you all for coming to my TED Talk, or Stretch Talk as we want to call it. Thank you all so much for watching this video with me to the end. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments about what did you think about this post, what did you think about this photo, the controversy. Do you feel like artists should have boundaries? Stay away from religion and politics, or that certain people are allowed, like a priest? And ultimately, do you feel like the community is complicit for why this art is even being created? Don't forget to drop a like if you like this kind of content. I appreciate you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching this video with us. Follow us on any social platform at the Wedgie Club for more content. Stay Wedgie, community.